anxious.
You just might want to get that booger out of your nose before you meet.
I don't have no booger in my nose. I'm getting sick and tired of you pranking me about this booger in my nose.
So majorly pranking your fiancé is okay, but not a tap on the head. That's where we draw the line. Awesome! If there's one thing TLC is good at lately, it's casting toxic men. The application for the show must have a section that asks, are you a raging narcissist? And if you check yes, TLC's like, cool, and you immediately get an interview. And they really outdid themselves this season. Who knew we would get a character that is Jesse, Pastor Ben, and Big Ed all at the same time? Like Jesse, Bilal wants us to believe that he's wealthy. Remember all of those houses Jesse didn't shut up about?
Like, this is our real life. We are here in Tulum. We are here in Turkey. We are here in Spain. We have our home in Amsterdam. We have our home in Russia. Like, that's all real.
You guys, Airbnbs do not count as your own houses. And no, Bilal, I don't think this is your actual house either. It seems staged, like kids don't live there, and where are your photos? Bilal also preaches and talks down to people, like Pastor Ben.
As an ex-pastor, I have counseled a lot of couples. And I realized I should have been counseling myself because my marriage ended in divorce. But I see some patterns.
Yes, we just love to get advice from people who use religion as an excuse to make terrible decisions.
God's plan.
And he's also been lying about wanting more kids, like Big Ed. Well, technically he's just avoiding the questions about it, but we all know Shaeeda is set on having her own children. And she can't seem to get an answer, even when Bilal's kids ask about it.
That is a question your dad needs to answer, not me.
They're asking you questions, not me, young lady.
He is really good at dodging the kids question.
We'll think about it more, you know. We'll try to decide if that's something in the future, you know.
Her and her upside-down pool cue still don't get a yes or no answer. And as time goes on, this is bothering Shaeeda more and more. When talking to her sister about it, she reveals that his attitude towards having more children has changed.
He never seemed to give me a definite answer. All he said is like, yeah, I want kids in the future too. I don't mind having 2 more kids.
We can only hope that he isn't jerking her around and this isn't another prank.
If Bilal tell me right now that he doesn't want kids, it would break my heart. And for sure, it will be a deal breaker for our relationship.
Shaeeda is emotional about the situation, but does decide to wait to have the conversation with Bilal again. At this point, she's only been in the US for 5 days. Will she really get an answer before they get married?
Can I drink it here?
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't want to make no spills.
Any room you want, you can drink coffee. You know.
You have an OCD problem.
No, it's not.
I know, yes, you do.
OCD.
Yes, you do.
Who knew that settling into your new home meant that you have to ask where you are allowed to drink your coffee? She's confusing OCD with him just being a dick.
He's pretty much uptight. I think he has been single for too long. He needs to loosen up.
I think we've all figured out why he's been single for so long.
I don't want to rush you, but I don't want to be late for Juma. I would tell you this out of everything, seriously.
Yeah.
That is like a pet peeve of me, like being late for Juma.
Why does it feel like he is always talking down to her? How about just say, hey, let's get going so we aren't late. They don't look that rushed and he's just sitting there on the couch.
Shaeeda has met my children, my siblings, and even my mother. Today, she's gonna meet my extended family.
On the way in the car, Shaeeda expresses that she's anxious to meet everyone, including Bilal's ex-wife. And with the way that they're talking, I could see how Shaeeda is getting annoyed. Bilal sounds like he is lecturing her instead of comforting her.
This particular situation, I want everyone to like me.
Yeah, I get it. Everything you're feeling, I've been through the same stuff, you know?
She just wants Bilal to validate her feelings, but he's not catching on.
Bilal tends to lecture me a lot. This is something he did on the phone. But since I've been here, I thought he would have been more relaxed.
So she knew he was like this before she got to the US. Did she really think it would change now?
I'm not looking for you to be my dad. I'm looking for you to be my supportive fiancé and speak to me like your fiancé.
He isn't offering comfort and instead just makes a joke.
Before you meet her,
Mm-hmm.
you just might want to get that booger out of your nose before you meet her.
I don't have no booger in my nose.
So she just moved to a new country and is nervous to meet his whole community, and he just has jokes to offer. Ugh.
I'm getting sick and tired of you pranking me about this booger in my nose.
So majorly pranking your fiancé is okay, but not a tap on the head. That's where we draw the line.
I don't know where you come from, But the environment I come from, we keep our hands to ourselves.
If he's really offended by this and wants to wear a shirt saying he's offended, that's fine. But this is the same guy who just majorly pranked his fiance for a full 24 hours and thought it was funny.
So what I'm gonna tell you is, stop. You gonna try to get a wreck?
He gets angry and his reaction is excessive.
Keep your hands to yourself and watch your tongue. Because I can literally pull over right now and you'll be taking an Uber for the rest of the ride home.
This does not seem like an engaged couple to me. You're going to make her walk home and think about what she did? This is supposed to be your fiance. She's not your kid.
I'm gonna give you a serious hit.
Yeah. About to get off right here.
No, I'm not getting off.
Yeah.
Yes, dump your fiance who has been in the US for 6 days on the side of the road because she does something that you don't like. Ridiculous.
He is angry. We are not on the same page here.
Are you a violent person?
I'm not a violent person, but I was just playing with you.
No, that wasn't a play.
So he can manipulate and gaslight Shaeeda, but he doesn't mess around when it comes to himself.
I would think that he would have had a much lighter sense of humor when it comes to me giving him a little tap on the head. But apparently, like, he's not playful when it comes to him.
Yeah, you should run.
Mike the House Elf wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel.
Has given Dobby a shock. Dobby is free.
If you don't, he will appear in your room tonight to tell you he loves you.
Hi, Juma. I feel alone. He is greeting his relatives, his friends, and his community.
Bilal keeps his distance from Shaeeda and doesn't introduce her to anyone except his ex-wife, briefly.
Okay. It was nice meeting you. Same to you. Of course. Yeah.
And the only thing that he really says to her is that they will talk later.
Pretty upset at you right now.
I just think you blew it out of proportion, but we'll have that conversation.
Definitely didn't blow it out of proportion.
Yes. Yes, you did. And when they talk about what happened, Bilal is still mad and is trying to continue to punish Shaeeda.
I guess you're dressed up for, I know supposedly we're supposed to go out, have a date night. But I really kind of don't feel like it, to be honest with you.
So did he tell her to get ready for a date and now is saying he doesn't feel like going? Oh, geez.
You hit me pretty hard in the back of the head.
It was not pretty hard. How was my countenance? How was my face? How was my expressions? Was I angry? Or was I smiling? Was I looking for laughter?
So they are not on the same page about this at all. And if he doesn't like what she did, fine. But the way he handled it was over the top.
I'm the biggest jokester that it is, so I get all that fun and humor and all that. But then there's also a time when you do something and somebody's like, you know what? You overstepped your boundaries.
If she would have said that after his prank, he would have thought that she was overreacting. And he even kept that prank going when it upset her, but she has tried to move on from it.
And for him to not give me the same allowance, he's not willing to move on from something so petty.
She apologizes when she realizes it really offended him, and he still doesn't let it go.
I mean, obviously I don't want you to cry, but it was pretty hurtful to me, you know?
She says she feels punished by him canceling their date night, which again, he's treating her like a little kid.
I didn't say I had to cancel the date night. I said I didn't really feel like going because we needed to talk about this. You know, glad we were able to talk about this.
Yeah.
You know.
This was hard to watch, and I don't think it'll get any easier in the next episode.
As if I've met the right person.
Yeah.
You understand?
Maybe the person I'm meant to be with doesn't exist.
Oh no. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!